The first light of dawn, September 2nd, 1666. London stirred. Merchants prepared their stalls, their voices mingling with the sounds of the awakening city. Carriages clattered on cobblestone streets, their wheels echoing through the narrow lanes. But something was amiss. Acrid smoke filled the air, a stark contrast to the usual morning mist. It snaked from Pudding Lane, carrying an ominous scent that hinted at disaster. Fear prickled the city's senses. Faces turned towards the source, eyes wide with alarm. Thomas Farriner, the king's baker, awoke to chaos. Flames engulfed his shop, the heat intense and unforgiving. He had banked the ovens the previous night, or so he thought. The embers, however, had other plans. Now, fire licked at the wooden beams of his home. Panic seized his family as they realized the danger. They scrambled onto the roof, desperate for safety. Neighbors rushed to help, their faces etched with concern. The fire, however, had other plans. It spread uncontrollably, consuming everything in its path. London's buildings, tightly packed and timber-framed, were tinderboxes waiting to ignite. The summer had been long and dry, leaving the city vulnerable. A strong wind whipped through the narrow alleys, fanning the flames and spreading the fire further. What began as a localized incident transformed into a raging inferno. London's heart was ablaze, the city engulfed in flames. The fire spread with terrifying speed. It devoured everything in its path. Homes, shops, warehouses, all consumed. The wooden structures offered little resistance. People watched in horror as their livelihoods turned to ash. The fire roared, a hungry beast with an insatiable appetite. Efforts to quell the blaze proved futile. Water carriers raced back and forth, their buckets woefully inadequate against the inferno's might. The city's fire pumps, primitive by today's standards, proved largely ineffective. The flames danced onward, their fiery tongues licking at the sky. Panic gripped London. Residents fled their homes, clutching whatever meager possessions they could carry. Screams filled the air. Mothers searched desperately for lost children. The cobbled streets became rivers of terrified humanity, all fleeing the relentless heat and destruction. King Charles II, witnessing the inferno's fury, took personal charge. He ordered houses demolished, hoping to create fire breaks. The Lord Mayor, however, overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the disaster, faltered. Precious time was lost. The fire, fueled by oil, tar, and other combustibles stored in warehouses, raged on. It crossed the River Fleet, a natural barrier meant to contain such disasters. Flames reached London Bridge, engulfing the structure that was the city's lifeline. Explosions ripped through the air. Gunpowder stores ignited, sending shockwaves across the devastated landscape. The heat was unbearable. Those who could fled to the open fields outside the city walls, seeking refuge from the inferno's wrath. For 3 long days and nights the fire raged, consuming everything in its path with an insatiable hunger. London, once a proud metropolis, was now an inferno, a blazing testament to the fury of the flames. The city's most iconic landmarks were not spared, each one falling victim to the relentless blaze. St. Paul's Cathedral, a symbol of London's strength and resilience, succumbed to the flames. Its majestic dome, a beacon for miles around, collapsed inward, a heartbreaking sight for all who witnessed it. Churches, guild halls, and stately homes, centuries old, were reduced to rubble and ash, their histories erased in moments. The fire consumed the Royal Exchange, the heart of London's commerce, leaving nothing but charred remains. Libraries filled with irreplaceable books and manuscripts vanished, lost forever in the inferno, a cultural loss beyond measure. The air, thick with smoke and the smell of burning wood, was suffocating, making it hard to breathe or see. The Thames flowed black, choked with debris and the charred remnants of a city's dreams, a river of sorrow. As the fire finally began to subside, a haunting silence fell upon the devastated landscape, a silence filled with loss. London, once vibrant and alive, lay in ruins, a stark reminder of the fragility of human achievement. The aftermath was a scene of utter devastation. Over 13,000 homes, 87 churches, and countless businesses were gone. The fire had left an estimated 70,000 people homeless, wandering amidst the ruins, searching for loved ones, and clinging to the remnants of their lives. The true human cost of the Great Fire is difficult to quantify. While official records attribute only a handful of deaths to the disaster, the actual number is believed to be far higher. Many perished in the flames, their bodies consumed by the inferno. Others succumbed to the smoke and chaos, lost in the frantic exodus. Yet even amidst the ashes, the spirit of London endured. The fire, though devastating, failed to extinguish the city's indomitable spirit. From the ruins, a determination to rebuild arose, stronger and more resilient than before. The rebuilding of London was a monumental task. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Sir Christopher Wren, a visionary architect, was tasked with redesigning the city. His plans were ambitious, aiming not just to rebuild, but to create a safer, more beautiful London. Wider streets replaced the narrow, winding alleys that had fueled the fire's spread. Stone and brick, far more fire-resistant than timber, became the building materials of choice. New regulations were implemented, mandating larger spaces between buildings and requiring fireproof materials in construction. From the ashes of destruction, a new London emerged. St. Paul's Cathedral, rebuilt to Wren's iconic design, rose majestically from the ruins, a testament to the city's unwavering spirit. The Royal Exchange, a symbol of London's commercial prowess, was reborn, its grandeur surpassing even its predecessor. The Great Fire of London, though a tragedy of immense proportions, proved to be a catalyst for change. The inferno, which raged for 4 days in 1666, consumed thousands of homes and left a significant portion of the city in ruins. The disaster forced London to confront its vulnerabilities and to reimagine itself. The city's leaders and architects saw an opportunity to rebuild a safer, more resilient London. The rebuilding efforts not only restored the city's physical landscape, but also ushered in a new era of urban planning and architecture. Streets were widened and buildings were constructed with fire-resistant materials. The lessons learned from the fire extended far beyond London's boundaries. Other cities took note and began to implement similar fire safety measures. It highlighted the importance of fire safety measures, leading to the establishment of fire insurance companies. These companies provided a financial safety net for those affected by future fires, and the development of more effective firefighting techniques. The fire prompted innovations in firefighting equipment and the formation of organized fire brigades. Today, as we marvel at the grandeur of modern London, it is important to remember the fire that ravaged its predecessor. The resilience and ingenuity of its people laid the foundation for the thriving metropolis we see today. The Great Fire of London serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature and the ever-present need for vigilance and preparedness, but also of the indomitable spirit of humanity, capable of overcoming even the most catastrophic of events. The legacy of the Great Fire is one of transformation, resilience, and enduring hope.